If you've looked at getting into the VR experience, you've most likely heard of the Meta Quest 2. There are a lot of VR headsets on the market, but few are as competitively priced as the Quest 2. But can a $300 VR headset really be good when other headsets cost twice that and more? Well, Tenzies was curious about this too. So in this video, we'll try to answer this question. But before we get started, be sure to like this video and subscribe, and then comment "subscribed," and I'll give you a personal shout out in a future video. Hello Technophiles, welcome to Tenzies Tech. I'm Scott Leffler, and this is our list of the 10 things you need to know about the Meta Quest 2. Number 10. All-in-one design. When it comes to VR gaming, most systems are tethered systems, meaning that the headset is tethered to another gaming system, usually a gaming PC. The Quest 2 is different in that it's a standalone design, meaning it doesn't require a separate gaming system to function, though there is an accessory available should you desire to do this. This makes VR even more accessible for newbies, as you don't need to drop serious coin on a gaming PC to make it work. Your gaming selection may not be as robust as a PC tethered system, but if you're wanting to dip your toe into VR or use the VR headset for non-gaming uses, then the Quest 2 is likely going to be a great option for you. There aren't many other standalone systems like this, which makes this a unique offering. Number 9. Internal processing. Being an all-in-one device, the specs of the internal computer make a big difference. The Quest 2 uses a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 processor, which is a step up from the previous gen. It doesn't compare to a gaming PC, but it's enough to get the job done. The big improvement is the upgrade to the Adreno 650 graphics card, enabling the screen to carry better resolution and frame rates, which we'll talk about later in this video. The Quest 2 packs 6 gigs of RAM as well, also an upgrade from its predecessor's 4 gigs, ensuring the headset runs smoothly, making the whole experience 10 times more awesome. There are also 2 hard drive options. 128 gigs is the cheapest at the aforementioned $300 price point, but for $100 more you can double the storage space to 256 gigs. Of course, with that $100, you can buy 3 to 10 games for your Quest 2, so if you're on a tight budget, skip the extra storage and have some fun with some sweet games. Number 8. Apps and accessories. Speaking of games, the Quest 2 has its own marketplace with a wide variety of apps and games. You can live out all your slow-mo shooting action hero fantasies in a game like Superhot, or meet face-to-face with Darth Vader in the Vader Immortal Trilogy. You can unwind in your own personal theater while watching Netflix, or take some time to focus with guided meditation, or work a sweat with some assisted exercises in a virtual fitness studio. The possibilities are endless. Well, kinda. As of the writing of this script, there are just over 200 games available for the system, which isn't nothing, but also rather limited. This will probably work for the casual enthusiast, but for the serious gamer, you'll probably soon find yourself wishing for more. Of course, more games will come out, but the same can be said for any other system. Number 7. Controllers. When it comes to playing the games, you need a bit more than just the headset. You also need hand controllers, which are included with the package. The controllers are very ergonomic, with comfort and convenience in mind, so figuring out the location of each button doesn't get in the way of an awesome session. However, it's worth noting that some people with smaller hands have found them to be too bulky. They're also powered by disposable AA batteries, which doesn't really scream future tech. On the flip side, each battery may last weeks, but we would have preferred controllers be powered by a rechargeable battery via a USB-C cable. What do you think? Would you prefer replacing batteries once every few weeks or constantly plugging in the controllers? Let us know in the comments. Number 6. Battery life. So for those of you that said you'd prefer to recharge your device every day, the Quest 2 isn't going to disappoint. Remember the nice processor and graphics card that powers this device? Well, those chips use a lot of energy, meaning that battery life is very limited, only 2 to 3 hours of game time. It's best to think about this as a feature and not a bug to make sure you don't spend much more time playing with your VR headset. That's a whole wide world of incredible things to see. I mean, when was the last time you just sat and watched the clouds float by? For those of you who are not convinced that this is a feature, you can take comfort in the fact that there's an accessory available to give you a bit more battery life. Number 5. Hand motion tracking. So the battery life may be a splash of cold water, but the Quest 2 still has some impressive tricks up its sleeve. The headset is equipped with external cameras which pretty accurately track every movement right up to the fingertips. This feature is a game changer since it opens up a whole new horizon to explore, all without a costly accessory like other VR headsets. You can be a rock star and shred on an air guitar with Unplugged, a game reminiscent of Guitar Hero, except without the actual guitar. If you want to feel magical, jump into the world of Waltz of the Wizard and cast spells to vanquish all enemies in your path. The Quest 2 has recently received an update for this feature that greatly improves the usability of this feature. There's still some room for improvement, but already this can really take your gaming experience to the next level. Number 4. Screen. While hand gestures are pretty cool, they're rather useless if not paired with great visuals, and when it comes to the Quest 2, Meta made some big changes here that are a bit controversial. First of all, instead of having 2 screens like the original Quest and nearly every other VR headset, they opted for a single screen split between both eyes. Also, where the original Quest featured OLED displays, the Quest 2 now has an LCD. These design decisions were likely made to keep the Quest 2 affordable, and it's not all bad. While the LCD doesn't have as deep of black levels as the OLED, the contrast has improved, but one major drawback for us is the reduction of the field of view for the Quest 2. This is a result of the single-screen design. The Quest 2 only has about 90-degree field of view, and you might even see the black edges outside of the screen if the focus diopters are set to max focus distance, a major step back from the original Quest. But everything else is great. The resolution is the impressive bit. Each eye gets 1832 by 1920 pixels, which is a feat few other headsets have been able to achieve, especially at this price point. Plus, the Quest 2 has an impressive refresh rate of 90 Hz, while some apps or games may even run at 120 Hz. So while the screen does have some drawbacks, in our opinion, Meta did a good job offering great quality where it's needed, while still keeping the device incredibly affordable. Number 3. Built-in audio. After visuals, the next most important feature has to be the audio. The Quest 2 has a built-in speaker on each side of the headband that are capable of stereo sound and 3D audio. These speakers do let other people hear what you're hearing though, and the audio quality is only okay at best. But that isn't the final word when it comes to the audio because, unlike your favorite flagship smartphone, the Quest 2 still has a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can plug in your favorite set of wired headphones and instantly improve the audio experience. Alternatively, you can buy an upgraded head strap with built-in headphones or connect a pair of Bluetooth headphones for a truly wireless experience. Currently, Bluetooth headphone pairing is a beta feature, and the Quest 2 only has 5.0 connectivity, so you'll probably run into some lag and syncing issues until wireless headphone support is officially supported. And if you need a great pair of Bluetooth earbuds at a reasonable price, be sure to check out our video on the topic too. Number 2. Guardian software. One benefit of the built-in speakers is that it can help you keep track of your surroundings. There's also a really cool feature to help with this built into the Quest 2 that doesn't sacrifice your audio. After turning on the headset for the first time, you'll be asked to set up what Quest calls the Guardian. This software creates virtual walls within your area of play so that the player is aware of when they're about to bump into something. When playing, the wall appears to indicate the player to return to the safe area, and if you peek beyond the wall, you can even see your room, so you know where you are. After the very fun and simple setup, the Guardian will always be on standby to ensure your sessions are safe. However, it's worth mentioning that this feature does use up extra battery life on an already small battery. Number 1. Meta account connection. Something that may not sit well with some users is the Quest 2's requirement to be connected to your Facebook account. Not everyone has a Facebook account nowadays, so if you're buying a Quest 2, you might have to make one. All purchases and save data are stored in your account as well. Meta says that this requirement might soon be removed, but there's no clear date on when that will happen. This requirement is likely due to Meta's big plans to expand into the metaverse with Horizon Worlds, which they claim will be a pretty awesome social space in VR. We have a video all about the 10 things you need to know about the metaverse, so check that out if you're curious. So Do you think you're ready to dive into the virtual world and buy the Meta Quest 2? What do you think about VR and the potential ways it may change our world? Are you excited to see where VR goes from here? Or are you skeptical about the possible repercussions of this new tech? Tell us in the comments below. If you like this video, you would also like these other videos. And if you've already seen them, then be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on our future tech videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.